Good morning. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the semifinalists that are here for the awards event tonight. It was a very exciting experience for us last year when we won the Supply Chain Innovation Award. Many of our team members are here for the conference, and the rest will be joining us tonight. I'm really looking forward to it, and our team wish you all the best of luck in that regard. SMS Technologies employs about 120 people in San Diego. We are a low-volume, high-mix electronics manufacturing services company. We do full turnkey. We've just added design and layout to the other things that we've been doing for years. We do rapid prototyping, design for manufacturability, design for test. One of our core competencies is RF technology and supply chain management. We are not just in the aerospace and defense industry. We also have our certification to TS 16949, which is automotive. We carry our 9001, of course, for commercial and industrial customers, and 13485 for medical customers. We just have one quality system, though, that encompasses all four of those standards. Here are some of our military and aerospace customers at the bottom down here. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is the venture that we did with Signal Engineering, where really it became the basis for how we wrote up the award thing last year. When we started the program, we increased our productivity from the start, from how we bid the program, 38%, and then another 45% again when we went to another level of volume with them. So a total productivity of 83% improvement. We started the program 4 months late, but we finished right on time, delivering 100% delivery every time. The Signal Engineering and us delivered 25,000 beacons to the U.S. Air Force with 0 defects. At the same time that we were doing this program, we were also very much involved in the other processes of C that I'll talk to you here in a little bit about. Our customer satisfaction increased by 33%. Our overall inventory turns went from 7 to over 10. The colonel that was in charge of the program, the Beacon program, said that the Signal Engineering SMS team was the best team that he'd ever seen. At the same time, in 2009, we went debt-free. We had our second best profits since the beginning of the company. And next year, Spectrographics is expected to double their profits. This is what it says about supply chain integration. And it's got its own category with C. Once we learn how to do everything in-house from door to door, then the whole idea is to expand that so that we involve our customers and our suppliers. So you can see it's an integration of the supply chain into the planning improvement process from the beginning to continual improvement and even next generation. It's important that senior leaders know how to link up the entire supply chain with what the customer's needs are, and that we develop our supply base so that they are also able to deliver quality product on time and at the TAC rate that the customer needs throughout the entire supply chain. So suppliers need to fully understand what the goal is and be a part of the lean strategies that are implemented throughout the supply chain. The way that we really integrated customer focus is something that we adopted from TS 16949, the customer-oriented process approach. And you can see there in the center, you can't read all the nine, but each one are different for different people. It depends on what your customers need from you, but there are 9 customer-focused processes, and I'm just going to deal with one. But I can't underestimate or understate the impact that the leadership and culture has had on helping us to put together a tight leadership team that can build a discipline of culture in order to make this come to pass. Of course, the workforce and development are also a part of a 3-pronged approach that C uses that is a holistic approach to help us to not only to reach operational excellence quickly, but to sustain it and not lose the gains that we made. Part of that has to do with making sure that your workforce not only knows how to do what the customer requires, but they also understand why. Everybody's in touch with what we're all trying to achieve. Good news is AS 9100 is starting to adopt this. We're seeing now that they are adopting the same approach that's been used in automotive in order to focus the whole organization on the customer's needs and get the whole supply chain in alignment. When you put this all together with C, you get a more holistic approach to a lean management system. Now I want to talk about one of the processes in there we call 3P. And it starts with the development process that comes from the automotive industry called Advanced Product Quality Planning. And it's really about trying to understand what the customer's specific requirements are or their special characteristics of their product and integrating those into our processes. And it starts, as you can see at the top, with process flow charts, understanding where in the process that critical characteristic or key characteristic actually is affected by the manufacturing processes. We use process failure mode effects analysis to say what could go wrong in each step. Being proactive about making sure that we take the necessary measures to mistake-proof our processes so that we can launch without a lot of quality problems. Doesn't mean we don't have quality problems, it just means we mitigate so many of the ones that could have happened that it allows us to react appropriately to the ones that do occur. Then we have an engineering document called a control plan that we start in proto, and then it reiterates through pilot, launch, and production, and even into next generation. Those engineering documents get converted to the standard work instructions that we use with our employees. They also have these key characteristics integrated, and we qualify our operators to make sure that they understand how they are affecting the customer's process. This all culminates in what we call our part approval process, where we deliver our first articles. But not only quality products built to customer specs, but a process as well that will continue to build at that level of quality as we do the build throughout the life of the program. Then the second part of this, that's the APQP is how we build the quality in. 3P is how we launch lean. And what we do here is we get involved with lean in the prototyping process. In other words, we don't do our prototypes in a laboratory setting. When we're doing our second assembly or our box build or assemblies, we set it up just like we're going to do a production run so we can see what's missing, what needs to be put in there to help us with lean. We gather the times. You can see that some of the times here are over the tack line. And that's because we're just trying to get an approximation so that when we launch, we know that we can hit our customers' numbers. Okay, once you get that thing done internally, and the first place to work is from door to door inside your own organization, the next step then is the supply chain integration. And here, when we announced to the Air Force that we would be able to build the 500 that they needed, or 100 a day, our customer was a little drawn back by it. And after the meeting, they said, how are we going to keep up with you guys? So we spent some time, as you can see, with signal engineering downstream to our customer, helping them with a process value stream map and helping them to understand how they can implement the lean concepts. And they were able to do their 100 on one shift to our 2 shifts that we were doing, ours. But it doesn't end there. This value stream map that you see here goes from raw materials to the U.S. Air Force. Aluminum die casting was providing us with the housings for the beacon device. And I joined Mike Bennett from ADC, and we worked through a value stream process with him. We found out that the bottleneck in their processes were the demasking and masking processes for paint. We did a point Kaizen with them, and the next week they were intact with us, producing 500 a week. So I don't think we were sleeping in 2007, but we were definitely in chaos. We weren't on the right road at the time. And what I'd say to you today is, when you look at the roadmap, don't get enticed by going directly to operational excellence. It's just like Doug said earlier. Leadership and culture is so important that you get that part right to set the stage. Workforce development is absolutely necessary in order to get your whole organization to buy in to what you're trying to do so you can sustain your results. The next thing is Don't wait until you're perfect from door to door, because you'll never get perfect. Lean is a journey. Be willing to reach out to your customers like we talked about yesterday. Be willing to go down and work with your suppliers to build robustness in the supply chain, and do it early. The sooner you do it in the production cycle, the better off you're going to be to meet your customers' requirements. And then lastly, don't let the fear of failure stop you from moving forward. Take that step. I can tell you that from the rest of the performers in C that we make lots of mistakes. But that's how we get better. We learn from our mistakes, realizing that we're going to make them, keep doing the things that are on the roadmap, and by doing that, we can enjoy the success that we have enjoyed. We want you to join us with that. So if you're sleeping, wake up and get on board with us. Thank you.